today, the topic of discussion is people pleasing. Protect yourself.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
When I tell y'all, I used to try to make everybody around me happy just so that I could feel some justification from it, so that I could feel like, they love me if I just do everything and say everything right. I've been humbled so many times, but little old me, still being naive, wasn't realizing exactly how much it was hurting me. And as a child, not realizing how much it was going to affect me negatively later on in life. We may often overexert ourselves or do things or do something for someone that we don't necessarily want to do, but we know that it'll end up making them happy. So we just do it. And in a former way, that's people pleasing. And people pleasing will literally suck the life out of you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You can say the right things, do the right things, know the right things. You can give so much of yourself constantly 24/7, and to somebody it would just never be enough. And to other people it may feel like, oh, you're not really doing anything. And doing things like that will literally drive you insane. Okay, like you're literally sitting here every second a chance you get, like, I just want to make this person happy. I just want this person to, like, love me, and essentially seeking validation. Now, you can sit here and say, no, I never did that in my life, or no, but let's be realistic. In some way, shape, or form in your life, you've done something for someone that you did not necessarily want to do, but you know that, or you knew that in the end result, it was going to make the other person happy. Now, it's okay to do nice gestures for people, but where it comes in biblically as a sin is when we overexert ourselves and we overindulge into things that is constantly wanting to make other people happy. In Galatians chapter 1, verse 10, it speaks about people pleasing. As we read, it says, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. This tells us clear, plain in the text. If you out here trying to seek validation from everybody and you doing everything in your power to please other people, you're not a servant of Christ, because essentially Christ don't want us doing that. I feel like the only being that we should be trying to people please is God above, because at the end of the day, people are going to deceive you. People are not reliable. People are not trustworthy. The only being that is trustworthy, that is reliable, that loves you unconditionally, that forgives, that surrounds you, that blesses you is God. Nobody else. So I feel like you shouldn't be trying to people please nobody. You shouldn't be overexerting yourself to the point where you're hurting yourself trying to please other people, when the only being you should be trying to please is God. And how can you do that exactly is by growing that deeper relationship, is having that connection. And you can start doing that by just praying, by reading his word. The Bible is a guide, and not only is it a guide, it's revelation, it's history, it's everything combined into one. If you can spend time reading literature on your phone, watching TV, take some of that time and dedicate it to God. That is how you please God, by spending time with him, by using those intimate moments to grow closer with him, a deeper connection with him. That's how you can essentially please God. But sitting up here and wanting to please every single body, it's only going to drag you downhill. And this is me speaking from experience. I spent so much of my life trying to be the perfect daughter, trying to be the bestest friend, trying to be the person that people can run to whenever they're going through problems, trying to be the problem solver, trying to be everything that they need. And I was miserable trying to do that. And I just kept thinking, like, God, why am I always hurting? Why am I the one that's always suffering? And all I do is give, 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 give. And God's like, that's the problem. Who told you to do that? Nobody told you to be giving so much of yourself to other people. Like, I understand your desire of wanting to love people and wanting to help people, but calm down. Okay, you essentially, you're idolizing wanting to help people, and as crazy as that sound, that's literally what it is. Because what is people pleasing? People pleasing is essentially going above the norm to be able to please other people. Pleasing other people leads to disappointment every single time. Now, don't get me wrong. When you're in unionship and when you get married, or your parents, you love them dearly, you want to do what's pleasing in their eyes. That's perfectly fine. But the problem again comes in when you're overdoing it, or you're overly like obsessing over, I got to do everything right, say everything right so that they love me, so that, no. The only person you need to be worried about is pleasing this God. And as loving and as humble as he is, he does not care about your excessive need to want to help people. Like, God knows our heart, he knows our intentions, but it's also a good reason to consult with God first before we extend and keep extending ourselves to people, because essentially you could be hurting yourself trying to help other people that don't necessarily need the help. They just lying and telling you that they do. Or for you to constantly go in your pockets and give to somebody that's essentially don't really care that they hurt in your pockets, or don't really need it, and just like, oh well, does she keep giving it to me, or he keep giving it to me, so I'm gonna just keep taking it. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one.